For this kind of damage, what we're going to do is a classic California patch. We don't want to just repair this hole. We want to repair all the damage in behind. We're going to start out here. Now before you go sticking a saw on a wall, feel free to take a look at the damage here. Reach in behind, check for wires, water lines, that sort of stuff. And we're going to cut a rectangle. Pull it out and make sure that all the damage is visible. If it continues on, then keep on cutting. Find yourself a piece of drywall not finished on the tapered side. We're gonna cut that off. That way we're filling this the same thickness as the existing wall. Cut it a little longer than it needs to be. Looks good there. Just eyeball this bad boy. And the reason we wanted to make it somewhat of a rectangle, because we're going to be eyeballing just a little bit on the inside of this damage. And we're gonna score the paper. A good way to do it is put your knife here and then roll it over. So now you got your mark. And now we can cut through. We just peel the drywall off of the face, because this paper is a much thinner version of the drywall tape. When you tear it off, you're going to find that it might have little bumps. That's okay. That's why we gave you a little bit of mercy. Check to make sure that it fits in the hole. And then with a pencil, just mark your arrow. We're going to squeeze this out onto the side of the existing drywall so that when we place the new piece in, we're trapping this hot mud in the gap between the old and the new. We're just going to put a thin layer along the sides so that the tape on the hatch has something to set into. Arrow up, wiggle it in there. We don't want to push because there is nothing in behind to stop it from falling through the other side. When you take a look at your corner here where your paper is, you can just fold it over if you want. Then you want to put your knife across that corner and then set it against the existing wall. Pull your corners out. Good pressure here, 45-degree angle on the new drywall, and snowplow any excess mud out of the way. Less is more. Thin it all out and let this dry completely before we add another coat. That's for about 45 minutes to an hour from now. When that hot mud is dried up, then we can apply our second coat. And this is what happens when you press the mud on all four sides before you place it. Now this mud becomes part of what's bonding the drywall to the drywall. Now there's no other fasteners here, just the thin paper. You don't expect it to be the strongest patch in the world, but it is quick and it does get a great looking finish. Solid, ready for the next coat. I'm just gonna use the hot mud to get rid of this ridge off the edge of the paper. This is my second coat. So now the ridge of the paper to the drywall disappears. That's our goal on this coat, is just to make that smooth. It's not uncommon to get air bubbles over existing paintwork, so don't worry about it right now. When we're gonna go to finish with the all-purpose compound, hard isn't good enough, you want it dry, or it'll bubble. So we're gonna let all this sit overnight now. We'll come back and we'll do all the third coats tomorrow. This is the California patch, and this is where the trim was. We are going to just go with 2 vertical passes with our finish mud and just stretch it out an extra inch or 2 on each side. So I hardly need anything. This area here, this dark line, that's the edge of the drywall where the paper is. If you don't have enough there, you're gonna sand and expose the paper. So we're gonna go back and put a little bit of mud there and then leave it there so that we can sand it perfect. As a homeowner, you use the sponge. You get up close and personal. You're gonna find every little imperfection and you will get a much better result on all of your work because you care about your home and you're gonna take the time to blend everything perfectly.